Hey, my name is Tyler. I chose to go into cybersecurity because it's a growing field with many opportunities for employment. I also know a lot of cyber professionals from my time in the military, and they say once you understand it, get to understand the language, everything like that, it becomes really fun to problem solve some of the issues that may come up. The program director for cybersecurity is the same as Infotech, Sean Fallon. Unfortunately, the cybersecurity program seems to be a bit neglected when it comes to available information on the Full Sail website. From the classes I have, the only software that is mentioned is Python specifically, which is a code writing software. But cybersecurity is very big on code, so other languages will probably be experimenting with or maybe learning C++, Java, and JavaScript, things of that nature. From what I saw on the degree track, the class I'm most excited for is Cybercrime and Incident Response. I was a Master at Arms in the Navy, which is just a fancy way of saying Navy police, which means I'm already familiar with things such as regulations and upholding the law, so I'm excited to learn how to bring cybersecurity into that aspect of my life. It'll also serve me well for when I apply for the FBI or CIA upon graduation. I think the hardest class for me is going to be the Project and Portfolio 4. Now, it is the fourth rendition, but it's the first cybersecurity specific one. So with cybersecurity, you go from information technology associates into cybersecurity bachelors. So the first three are all just information tech broad. So Project Portfolio 4 is going to be the first one that's cybersecurity focused, which means it's the first time I'll be able to actually work on my real world portfolio in class with guidance instead of on my own. Because of this, I'll be working overtime to make sure I have a good start to the rest of the program. So, in a sense, I'm going to be making it the hardest class for me just because I view it as an important step in the degree and in my future. And I'm going to devote a little extra time than I normally would to ensure that I have a good starting foundation for the program. The easiest class for me was easy. Or easy to select. That was the creative presentation class that I took last month. I've given presentations for all the way up to admirals in Bahrain when I was watch commander for my section. So I already have a bit of real world experience in presenting, especially presenting when your nerves are high. But anyway, that being said, even though I didn't need the class, I 100% understand why it's done early on in the program and why it's important for all the Full Sail students. It really does show how Full Sail goes that extra mile to ensure the success of their students. So I was appreciative in that sense. To ensure I succeed in the harder classes, I've already started learning Python from YouTube University. Like I said, Python I specifically saw was in this track, so I'm trying to get a little bit of a heads up on it in order to better understand it once we go into class. That way it's just kind of like a review. Continuing to learn on my own will be a great way to succeed in all classes. So I'm lucky because I get BAH from the military for living expenses and food, and they also cover my tuition, so I don't really need to work. I've also completed all core courses in English, science, history, and social sciences. So as far as how I will use my time to succeed, I actually have an abundance of it, which is good, but I'll organize it so that I can have a work-play balance to prevent burnout. On off days, I study Python, but only for 3 hours throughout the day. So I'll do one course, just a YouTube video. Then I'll play a game or watch a show, reset my head, and then, repeat that process until my 3 hours are complete for the day. That sort of setup just helps me stay focused and avoid mental fatigue. Of course, when I have schoolwork due, I'll put time aside for that as well. I just find it important to give yourself little breaks throughout the day. I find specifically me, I'm more productive that way. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.